Hi everyone, what's up? Because I've not recorded in a while, for some reason my recording software is not working properly. I can't record audio on its own, so I have to record a video of me recording this video. Oh my god, that's not even my phone, that's so annoying. Anyway, so yeah. I have to record a video of me recording the video again and then delete that, such whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyways, so this is going to be a retirement home, because as soon as we got San Myshuno, I saw that big park lot, and I was like, I want to make a retirement home. But for some reason I made just a different thing there. I made several different things there and I hated them all, and then I made this big garden, which I think is okay. It's got like tree houses and stuff, it's supposed to be like a national park there, it's alright. But I still wanted to build a retirement home, and so I was like, where's a nice place? And here was nice. It's a big lot. It's in Windenburg on the little island near the beach. So I was like, that's a nice place. I wanted to build a fancy one because where I used to live growing up, there was a retirement home literally at the end of my road, and it was pretty awful. And I felt bad that people had to live there at all. I don't think they were treated very well there. Once there was an old man in a wheelchair sitting outside, and there was no nurse with him or carer or anything, and I was like wandering around there for 5 minutes, and I was like, I better go inside, I don't think anyone's coming out, because he was just calling for a nurse. So I was like, I'm on my way to school, I might as well pop in because it's right there. So I went inside, I was like, sorry, excuse me, there's a man outside calling for a nurse. And she just seemed so pissed off. I was like, I am so sorry to bother you into doing your job. I waited outside, and about 5 minutes later or something like that, maybe a bit less, someone did come out and take him back in, but they didn't speak to him at all. It was just awful. Like, disgusting. Anyway, so that's a sad backstory, isn't it, for this place? So I just wanted to build a really nice, fancy one. So the idea is that it's supposed to look... Sorry, I thought I heard someone coming upstairs, I don't want anyone to hear me talking. I wanted it to look kind of like a manor. Not an old looking one, not one made of brick, just a really fresh looking white manor by the sea. So the idea is a rich person used to own this place. He lived alone. I think his wife died several years ago. He was alone for a long time, and he thought, you know, I'm getting old, I'm probably not going to live much longer. Why don't I turn this into something that can be used by others better than I could be using it? And so he made it a retirement home and was the benefactor for his remaining years, and then his relatives took over or something. Either way, or it's publicly funded, who knows? Maybe not, it's really quite posh. Yeah, you can see in the video, sometimes my game just lags a bit. That's just because I have so much footage recorded. But I record so much footage and I'm like, I don't really want to talk, I don't want to do the audio. But you have to at some point, namely when local disk C becomes totally full. I hate doing roofs. I know everyone hates doing roofs, but I hate doing roofs. They're so tedious, and it's hard to make them look very interesting. It's just not that fun making roofs. Anyways, yeah, so the idea is this was an English manor. All the rooms in this house, it used to be like just a big manor, a big home, where you could go throughout the entire thing, but they cut it off so it could be separate housing for whoever's living here, namely probably quite well-off people. It looks like. I'd like to think anyone could live here though. I've already made my elderly Sims to move in here. Might have to just use a mother load to get them in, because it's pretty expensive. I think I've not finished it, I've not decorated it, I've not finished all the landscaping, but I think it's going to be around, gosh, I mean like 500,000 simoleons. Right now it's 360,000 I think. And that's mostly just the exterior. And I made a tennis court, which is obviously unusable because we don't have tennis. You know, get on that, EA. You could make that a basketball court if you wanted, it's quite easy. I just wanted to make it look like a tennis court, but I'll probably change it to a basketball one just so they can actually interact with it. This one's based off an image, by the way. I should toss that in somewhere, maybe at the end of the next part. When I do the tour or screenshots, I'll throw that in so you can see. I was either going to do this, or I was going to do like a little, almost village-looking place with separate houses. And I asked Tom for his opinion, and he liked this one most, so I was like, yeah, it's really cute. So that's why I went for this one, but I might do the other one anyway at some point because it was adorbs. It was adorbs. So yeah, the thin-looking parts of the building that come out, there's probably a term for that doesn't sound that stupid. Those are going to be like little townhousey sort of homes. They're all, like, obviously this whole building's connected, but those look like townhouses. They're thinner, longer. But there's enough room for everything in there, and you can have whatever kind of families you want in there. Preferably elderly people, if you're using it as an elderly retirement home, but you don't have to. Do what you want, my friends. Do what you want. Whatever. What am I saying? I'm so bad at talking on my own. I hate it. I hate it so much. And I'm sorry for my very, very deep and masculine voice. Every time I answer the phone, or at least when I was living with my grandparents, whenever I answered the phone, everyone thought I was my male cousin. They're like, oh, hey, Philip. Yeah, hi. Once my boyfriend's friend was over and his girlfriend called him, and she was like, who are you with? And he was like, oh, Tom and Blossom. And she was like, really? I can't hear her. And I spoke, and she was like, that's not her, that's the guy. You're with another dude. Like, who is that? And I was just like, oh, yeah. But whatevers. Sometimes I just roll with it. On the phone when people think I'm a man, I'm just like, yeah, that's me. Whatevers. Yeah, so we're just sticking windows on. I cut a lot of the footage of sticking windows on because I found it quite just repetitive, honestly. I cut quite a bit of footage that just looks like the same sort of thing, like landscaping. The end result is nice, usually, sometimes, not often actually, when I do it. But watching me put like hundreds of the same bush down just to get a nice little pattern, it's like, oh yeah, this is really fun. This is how I want to spend 15 minutes of my life, watching someone put 2D plants down on the ground. That's fun. Oh, bye Gizmo, the cat's leaving, she's too warm. Yeah, so in England today it's like 25 degrees, I think, and a lot of you are probably like, oh, that's nothing, don't be stupid. Right, well, it's a lot here, so just go away. I'm suffering. I am used to overcast skies, light showers occasionally, some thunder in the distance. The sun, it's odd. I mean, I like it though. I'm not good with the heat, or, you know, general, like, slight warmth, but I like the sun being out, because I feel like we go most of the year without it. Then again, a lot of countries do, so I shouldn't complain. Why am I so bad at talking about the actual video content? So there I am moving windows upwards slightly because I increased the floor height. Yeah, that sounds so interesting. You're like, oh wow, that takes some skill. Yes. Oh, lost a window. Well done, Blossom Bomb. Do I have an S at the end of my username on YouTube? Is it Blossom Bomb or Blossom Bombs? Oh my god. Identity crisis. No, it's because when I used to have a different username growing up when I had a DeviantArt, and to get away from that identity, because it was horrifically just mortifying, I was like, like when I got Overwatch I was like, I don't want to use that username, I'm gonna use a different one, what can I do? And I don't know, like, some people have said, like, Tom really likes that username, he's like, how did you come up with Blossom Bombs? And I don't know, I got Overwatch and I was like, what do I want to be called? Just like, who knows, Blossom Bomb, that'll do. So, there was not much thought behind it, I just thought it sounded kinda nice. So yeah. Anyway, speaking of Overwatch, who are your mains, if you have mains? I feel like I have no identity because often I just pick what the team needs or whatever I feel like. I don't really have a main. I play Tracer a lot. I like being annoying, I guess. I remember one of my best games was when 3 of the enemy team were Winstons and I don't know how, I kept destroying them all. And they were so pissed off. Oh, yeah, feel like you're actually good for a while. I'm not. I'm pretty garbage at that game. I have no aim. I'm terrible. Anyway, so actually this part in the video I do want to mention. So there I used doors from the vampire stuff pack, and I kind of didn't want to. I don't like using too many different stuff packs because I don't want it to be hard for everyone to download, because I only got stuff packs and EPs like a few months ago, and I don't have them all, but I have quite a few now. But I know how annoying it is to download. You're like, oh, that's a really nice house. You download it. Oh, it's empty nearly. Okay. Oh, there's no doors or windows. That's. I guess I have to build up. I have to, you know, add on to this shell of a house that for some reason I downloaded without any packs. Obviously, I had to elongate that because it looked weird. In my Diagon Alley build, I had something like that, and I just put pillars holding it up, but I didn't really like how that looked. So this looks just more authentic and pretty, I think. There you can see us adding the separate homes into the manor, which obviously all used to be rooms that connected. Get a grip. I always miss those arrows. Oh my god, whenever I want to elongate something or shorten something, grabbing those arrows, I screw that up so much. It's the most obnoxious thing in the world. Probably not slight hyperbole there, but you know, it's pretty irksome. I hate roofs so much, I hate them. The roofs on this build are really simple. Normally I try to do something a bit interesting, but I just tried to like go with the feel of the image I was trying to almost copy. And I liked how simple it was, honestly. I don't like too much roof stuff going on. It's just, oh, look at that view, that's a nice view. That's nice. I always like to put really big windows on, but then I feel like it's a bit too much sometimes. I'm really torn on what kind of house I'd want. Like, I see people build their dream houses. I think when I first got into The Sims 4, like, I was never that big on Sims actually. Please don't like raise your pitchforks against me. I'm sorry, but I don't know. When I was like 17, I started watching YouTube a lot more. Normally I just listen to music on it and don't really watch a ton of stuff, except Overwatch videos. But yeah, when I was about 17 I somehow was recommended a Sims video, and I think it was a Deligracy one because, you know, she's all our starter packs. You gotta watch Deligracy, I mean, you gotta do it. And what was I think the first ever Sims build I watched, like not just Sims 4 or just in general, was her dream room. And I was just like, wow, that looks pretty cool. I want to make my dream room. I ended up getting Sims 4 when it was on sale around Christmas for really cheap. I think it was like like £10 or something. I don't know. It was a deal. It was a deal. But I still haven't made my dream room or my dream house. But I don't know what it would be, because I really like modern stuff. I think modern stuff looks amazing. It looks clean. It has tons of open spaces, massive windows, lots of light. That's the thing. That's the kind of thing that I really like. And I just like the colour white on architecture. It just makes it seem so much bigger and brighter and more open and stuff. I wasn't allowed to paint my walls as a kid because my family was like, oh, it looks bigger with white walls. Just leave it. Oh, okay. So I just stuck glow-in-the-dark stars to my ceiling. No one ever knew. The perfect crime. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, we should get glow-in-the-dark stars in this game. What were we talking about? What were we talking about? Oh god. See, I can't talk. I'm terrible at it. Maybe I should just have background music. It'd probably be better. Well, this is fun. You're watching me choose between two very similar looking gates. Fun stuff, right? The railings, not railings, but you know what I mean. The railings either side on the townhouse balconies, those are from the vampire stuff pack, so if you don't have that, you're gonna have to put some other, whatever they are. I've forgotten what they're called. Not banisters, those are on stairs, but yeah, you know, the fence bits. The fence bits. You're gonna have to put some other ones down, because, sorry. But yeah, I want to do a base game build sometime soon, because I haven't in a long time, ever since I got ever since I started buying packs, I was like, oh my god, I can use new items. Speaking of new items, have you noticed they added 3 new ceiling lights? Like, it was just a patch from the other day, and they added 3 new lights. I was like, ooh! You'll notice that in the next video. I'm like, time to put the ceiling lights down. Actually, no, I didn't record that bit because I always think putting lights down looks boring. So I was like, oh, these are new, and they're really simple looking, but I liked that, and I always want simple looking lights. Simple looking everything, yes please, how boring. But yeah, so all the lights in this, all the ceiling ones anyway, are just the patch ones, but they're all base game, I'm pretty sure. They were just in a patch. So yes. I came up with characters for everyone who lives here, but of course you're going to put all your own Sims in, obviously, but you'll see the ones that I'm putting in the next build, but you can redecorate the interior. I might upload a finished version but without interior decor, so you can just decorate the rooms the way you like, and then it can come empty. And I'll also upload one with the decor I put in, but yeah, you can just choose whatever. Just you do you. You do you. That's the default roofing, but I just thought it suited it better. I tried others, but I liked it. It just looks nice. There's not much to say about it. It just looks nice. It's just a mild looking tiling thing. I'd be good at selling a house, wouldn't I? Oh yeah, there's some mild looking tiling things at the top there. Got some blue doors. That's pretty nifty. And you're like, no lie though, I would like to get into selling houses, that'd be pretty neat. But I'd probably be really jelly of everyone buying a house, like, I want this son. I don't have the money though. Anyways, yeah, so I was torn between black and white doors. I went with black because I felt like white didn't stand out enough, because, you know, obviously the walls are white. Oh, that's another thing, you can change the exterior wall colour, texture, whatever you want it, if you want to. I just liked how simple it looked. I said that like 50 times now. Also, I drew up a graph of this place. That sounds so sad. Like, have you spent your free time making graphs of the things you're building in Sims? Yeah, that's cute. It's really messy looking. I mostly drew it up just to figure out where I'd put like a little gazebo thing. I ended up winging it anyway because my drafted version looked like poop. But yeah, we're going to throw in a little gazebo later on. I think I recorded that part. I hope I did. Sometimes I'm like, I'm going to stop recording because this part will be boring, and then I keep recording into parts that aren't super boring. Oh well. Speaking of, like, I'm leading on from it, and I didn't say it, like, except for, like, whatever. So I built a Diagon Alley rendition, like, it's not totally accurate, obviously, but I tried. And that was the first build I put on YouTube. That was a bit, oh yeah, don't actually press circle there, you can't anyway, except O, I guess. It just looked a bit nifty, and made the cut look a little less disjointed. Oh, we finished. I was talking about something but I already forgot, so whatever. Anyways, so yeah. See you next time. Hopefully I won't take 2 months. Alright, bye.